My name is James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Epic number 2. So, as you guys know, I posted some N7 stuff. I've been all over the internet trying to find N7 day stuff, and the only thing I found for Andromeda was, in my words, horseshit. I don't play multiplayer. I do play it every now and again, but I don't play it enough where I have enough points to buy shit, and it's not like any of this stuff is free. Plus, when you're poor, you can't just jump on the internet and buy shit. Alright? That doesn't always happen. For you rich people, okay, cool. So there's a lot of N7 packages for N7 day. And that's good for you multiplayer guys, and that's great. It's not good for me because I don't play multiplayer as much as I play Andromeda in the story mode, because I love the story. No one else loved the story because clearly there's not making any DLCs, and EA has basically given us fans of Andromeda the finger. Now, granted, this A means Avengers, but I do love Andromeda, and ironically enough, it's Tuesday, it's N7 day, I voted today, and I have a big ass A on my shirt. Now, what you fail to understand is Mass Effect Andromeda means a lot to me. Alright? So I haven't had the chance to beat the game with Scott yet, but I want to build Sarah up first because, face it, the women's storylines have always been better. When I've been FemShep, the storyline has been better, and you have more options as a chick than you do as a dude when it comes to your relationship. In Game 1, as Commander Male Shepard, you really don't get options with relationships until Game 2. Because in Game 1, you're either going to be with the Asari or you're going to be with Commander Williams. No relation. Clearly. And that's pretty much where it ends. You can't be with either one of the doctors. You can't be with the doctor Chloe Michelle. I think that's how you say her name. It's been long since I played it. So you can't be in a relationship with her. And you can't be in a relationship with the other doctor that's with you through the whole 3 games, unless you choose Dr. Michelle in the 3rd game for her to go with you. But in the 1st game, she doesn't go with you, and in the 2nd game, she doesn't go with you. So if you choose the doctor that's with you from the beginning to the end with a good ride, okay. But if you choose Chloe Michelle at the last part, then she'll be with you to the end, unless you don't choose her. And then that's that right there. However, when you're a FemShep, which again, the doctors are not an option, but it would have been cool as hell to be able to have better storylines and longer storylines where you could actually have relationships and literally it'd be a tangible relationship that doesn't really build or not affect the story, but it would be nice to be able to have more dialogue with them other than military save the world business, where you could just sit down and have a fucking conversation and let people know how you feel. But there was no ship's counselor on the thing. Now, Andromeda, not much different, except for Sarah actually can have relationships with other females and males, and Scott, I don't know if he can have relationships with male. I need to read my book. But I'm not going to play Scott that way, and the only person I really want to see naked is Cora. No, so that's pretty much it right there. But you can have relationships with the news lady, the Angara lady, it's like 2 Asaris that you can have relationships with, because the news lady's an Asari, PB's an Asari, the Angara, I think it's it's not the Moshai, it's the other, the archaeology lady, and there's Cora, there's PB. I know I named them before. The Angara lady. I think you can have a relationship with Gil. I'm not gonna say you can have a relationship with Jaw. Liam's the only one on there that for sure you can't have a relationship with. I think you can have a relationship with Dr. Tapero as Liam. I mean, not Liam, as freaking Scott. But again, I won't swear to it. But I've just been having a lot more fun with Sarah than I had with Scott. So, it is what it is. Plus, my mother's mother, my great-grandmother on my mom's side, her first name was Sarah. So, that kind of helps me out. Now, when I was on my Mass Effect original trilogy saga, I used my grandmother's name, Clara, my FemShep, and I used her mother's name, Ada, and I used my mother's mother, Marie, on that. So I just kept Sarah mostly because of my great-grandmother, Sarah. So that's why I didn't change it. I'd give her all kinds of absurd, weird Native American middle names, which would basically just be Native American names that kind of just pull out of the sky. So therefore, but I want to thank EA for giving us Mass Effect Andromeda. Oh, I bet you guys didn't see that coming. Now, what I would like to say to EA, because in 7 Day, I thought was going to be like a mega extravagant, like it has been, and I haven't been able to find anything. I just found the video. I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to watch N7 videos most of the night tonight. But, if I like them, I'll do another N7 report. But, I think that the only downside to Andromeda, EA, is that you're not giving us story DLCs, and we deserve that. And I'm only going to say that, first, let me thank you, but I'm only going to say that we deserve it because if you are a Mass Effect fan, we deserve it. We shouldn't have to go buy a $60 graphic novel to figure out what the fuck happens. We should be able to play it. No one wants to read that shit. I'm sorry, it's not shit, but no one wants to read it. We want to experience it. We want to play it. We want to see what happens when we go to the Corians. And like I said in many of videos I've posted before, I need a job. I'm an independent filmmaker. I am a writer. I am an actor. I can do it all. I can't sing. Okay, so if you've seen any of my singing videos, then you would know I can't sing. But I'm going to say this because it needs to be said, and it should be said. I can write the base stories for DLCs. And you guys can digitally make the guys talk. That's not a hard part. I'm pretty sure you have extra footage of things that they probably should have said that you left out, and you can turn that shit into stories. And you should do that. I'm pretty sure that the actors would be more than willing to come back, but you guys gotta put some DLCs in for the story. You have to. Because we would like to know, why are the Batarians there? We'd like to know, there's so many different ways you can take that. Why don't you show us what the Jardin look like? Why don't you show us the origins? Why don't you make spin-offs to where Drac can go on an adventure by himself and we can be Drac? In fact, why have you never made a Mass Effect video game featuring other species and their stories and where you can come from their point of view? Now, for Andromeda, the door is wide open. If you just ignore the social justice warriors who totally fucked the game, and also the fact that nobody wanted Sarah Ryder to be pretty, and what we got was what we got. Now, before they fixed that, Sarah Ryder actually was fairly decent looking, and apparently they didn't want her to look like the beautiful model that she was modeled after because that was too much overreaching. So let me put it to you this way, as I close out. Thank you, EA, for Mass Effect. Now I'm going to speak to you on this from a veteran who has PTSD. I suffered from some mental issues, and Mass Effect has saved my life. The trilogy got me through some shit. Andromeda has gotten me through some shit. So I'm thanking you for that. Now, as a vet, I'm begging you for DLCs because we deserve that. As a fan, we would love to have it. We deserve it just because of the clusterfuck 3-4 endings that you gave us in Mass Effect 3 that really wasn't fair. As you know, you invest $60 into a video game and then you have to pay yay so much more for DLCs. Don't you think the fans and the followers and the masses of people who really love the game, not counting the mass of people who just couldn't say anything positive about the game except for me, don't you think we should be honored and deserve some DLCs for the story mode? I mean, come on, let's all grow up here. I'm James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2, B, C, and U. And thank you again, and I hope you all have a great N7 day.